If you're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that six figures?
Millionaire part-time Fox News host and full-time dipshit Jesse Waters was on the PBD Podcast, which I believe stands for P-Male Bacon Daddy, and went on a wild rant about how wealthy McDonald's workers are. So, as you watch this, take note of the math that he clearly cannot do.
If you're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that six figures? Are you making?
No. 40 grand.
50 is just to exit and add a few zeros.
Yeah. Okay, so
40K a year.
Okay,
full time.
40K a year.
Yeah.
So, and then if your husband or wife is also there, you're making $100,000 as a family.
Sure.
Both working at McDonald's.
80 grand.
That is okay. That's crazy. That is crazy, because that job really doesn't require much. So it's inflating the entire, labor sector
and the Happy Meal.
And the Happy Meal.
Unhappy, very unhappy.
Which I'm very unhappy about.
All right, man, this guy makes millions of dollars a year at Fox News. And he apparently thinks that making $20 an hour means you're making six figures. Look, the math for me isn't even the worst part of this clip. We'll get to what I think the worst part is. But how stupid do you have to be to think making $20 an hour means you're making six figures? And then to try and formulate this argument that he's trying really hard to make, he then has to bring in, well then how about the spouse? I guess they're making 40K too. So 40K plus 40K equals $100,000? You failed at math twice in that clip in two very obvious ways. Now look, I'm not good at math either, but to me, this shows more of a disconnect with the working class than anything else. This is a guy who day in, day out argues for Donald Trump, argues on behalf of massive corporations while pretending he's on your side as the viewer, while pretending he is arguing for the working class, when this guy thinks $20 an hour means six figures. This shows you how deep his hatred really is for the working class, to be this completely disconnected and to argue, like, would you care? Would you care if McDonald's workers were making 100 grand a year? Would that really bother you? That wouldn't bother me. Why would I care? Like, how would that negatively impact my life in any way? Oh, maybe the McDonald's burgers will go up a few cents. Oh God. Oh no. The end of the world. That people actually making the food there, actually producing the profits for the massive company, that they may be able to make somewhat of a living if they're working there. How terrible. It's insane to me. I would take Jesse Waters' job, not on Fox News, but I'm saying generally as a host. I would take the job of a television host 1,000 times over working at McDonald's. Doing what I do here is much easier than working at McDonald's. Why do you, and again, for me, it's not even about the work. It's about the fact that these are people contributing to a company, making massive profits, where the vast majority of that cash goes to the C-suite, goes to people at the top of that company. The whole company, of course, geared towards shareholders. Why would it bother me? Why would it bother anybody in the least that workers there actually make a living wage? So this, for me, really showcases, and look, we don't need this clip to tell us this. This is very obvious if you watch any of these shows. But this really showcases the complete disconnect that these corporate types like Jesse Waters have with the rest of society.